Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Just doing a quick little Friday Foursome response to Novabug. He's thrown out just this month's Friday Foursome question. And this is a nice easy one. It's your 4 favorite shoot 'em ups. And I'm going to go through these. And these are kind of off the beaten path, kind of different ones. Because my experience, my time with the era where shoot 'em ups were really, really big was a bit limited. So I don't have kind of the standard ones that everybody loves, but I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring again. So first of all, my first favorite is from way back, probably the first shoot 'em up ever, and that's River Raid on the Atari 2600. Really like that one. There have been some actually interesting updated versions of River Raid, the classic. I always thought it was weird with this one that the airplane can only go over the water. It can't go on the land. I guess the idea is it's like a low-flying dam buster type, has to remain under the radar and can't go over the landscape, whatever the case. But two recent revisions of River Raid I would like to recommend. One I actually did a video about. It's River Raid 2600 on mobile. I did it on iOS, and it's basically just River Raid, but it's actually got, in addition to the main shot that you fire, you can actually shoot. You have no choice. You are shooting in a Y shape as well, and it's amazing the change in the strategy that causes. So, highly recommend, if you can still find River Raid 2600 on iOS and possibly Android. Very, very good. Somebody on Atari Age actually made a hacked version of that that'll work on an original 2600, and it's awesome. And another also modern version of River Raid that I think people should like, it's out on mobile and it's also on the Switch, is Bridge Strike. Very, very cool. It's the River Raid concept, but with souped up, hugely like gorgeous looking graphics in a pixelated style. And it's really, really fun to play. I actually find myself going back to it a lot. Probably on the Switch, I think that might be better for the controls, because you have to pull back on the joystick and do the refueling, and then you have to zoom around and get various targets. So probably one that has a controller would be the best. But if not, it can be played on your mobile device just with the touchscreen. That's the way I do it. Bridge Strike, get it. Okay, number 2. This is also a very early shoot 'em up, and it's more of a shoot 'em diagonal, and that's Zaxxon in the arcade. Really, really cool game. I think that was the first isometric game I ever played. I don't know if a shoot 'em isometric, is that a thing? I don't know, but I'm going for it. Love Zaxxon, played the heck out of it. I think it really blew me away. In a time when I thought we had seen everything we could in arcades, that one came out and I was like, wow, on an angle, and the up and down, the 3D-ness of going under electric fences and making sure you fit through the bricks in the wall. Very cool. Love Zaxxon. Third, around the same time, possibly just after Zaxxon, and again, I'm not exactly doing a shoot 'em up, I'm doing a shoot 'em center, and that is Jerris, the Konami classic. Love it to bits. Great with that music going. You really get yourself into the vibe of it, and you just want to play it forever. I don't think I get very far. I get through maybe 3 planets in, and then I die, but love that game. It's available on a lot of different systems, but for me, the original arcade one is the one that really works, because the peppy tune that's playing, Toccata and Fugue, I think that is like a really, really awesome bit of music that keeps you wanting to come back and play it again. It's really, really nice. So, Jerris, the third in my Friday Foursome. For my last one, I'm going to go a little weird and obscure. I only found out about this game through MAME, and it's called Dangun Feverun, and it's a very, very Japanese standard shoot 'em up. This one will win points, I'm sure, with the shoot 'em up aficionados out there. It's weird. It's, first of all, just your standard, you're flying up, Raiden type, but it also has a crazy announcer who's like, oh, come on, yeah, woo, he makes these crazy sounds as you're shooting. Instead of little, gold stars that you have to pick up, it's little people in force fields, which is awesome and weird, and then if you scoop them all up, I know at the end of a level, you actually have this like disco bunch of dancers in silhouette to kind of show that's the end of the level or the boss battle or whatever. And I'm pretty sure, I couldn't find footage of it, I'm pretty sure the first time I played it, there's some super attack that you can launch where all of those dancers go flying across the screen and they fill it. And it's just bonkers. It's not one a lot of people talk about. It's in that kind of Dodonpachi era, and most people talk about Dodonpachi, but Dangun Feverun, weird and awesome, and I'd like to throw that in there as my obscure reference or title. So those are my 4. Honorable mention I'd like to make is Star Force Anniversary is out on PS4 and Xbox One and I believe Switch. Yeah, on Switch. It's a really nice 1941, which nearly made my list, 1941 style, gorgeous with pick-em-ups, and you can build up over time your ship. That's a really nice one. Star Force Anniversary. Really recommend. If that goes on sale or something, it's on all the platforms. It's pretty cool. So there's a modern day honorable mention that I'd like to throw out there. But anyway, that's it. Just a nice, short, sweet Friday Foursome this time. So I'll submit this, and yeah, I'll put a link below to Novabug's video once again. And until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.